Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Matthew Foster. Today, I'm going to share a simple science-backed morning routine that can boost your energy, sharpen your focus, and help you feel healthier every single day. Let's get started. What if I told you that the first 30 minutes of your day are quietly deciding how the other 23 and a half hours are going to play out? What if the reason you feel foggy by 10 a.m., irritable by lunch, and completely drained by dinner has nothing to do with your job, your kids, or your traffic-choked commute, and everything to do with what you did or didn't do in the moments right after your eyes opened this morning? Have you ever wondered why some people seem to have unshakable energy and focus all day long, while others are reaching for their third cup of coffee before 9 a.m. just to feel human? Stick around because by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what those people are doing differently and how you can start doing it tomorrow morning. Before we get into it, if you've ever felt like you're running on empty even after a full night's sleep, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications, because this channel is all about giving you real, practical tools to feel better in your body and clearer in your mind. And I don't want you to miss what's coming next. Drop a comment below telling me what time you woke up this morning. I read every single one, and I want to know if what I'm about to share matches up with your own routine. Now let's talk about why mornings matter so much in the first place. Your body operates on something called a circadian rhythm, an internal clock that governs your hormones, your body temperature, your alertness, and even your mood. According to Dr. Matthew Foster, a physician who has spent years studying the connection between morning habits and long-term health outcomes, the first hour after waking is what he calls the golden window. This is the period when your cortisol naturally peaks to help you feel alert, and what you do during this window can either work with your biology or fight against it. Dr. Matthew Foster explains that most people unknowingly sabotage themselves right from the start, reaching for their phone within minutes of waking, flooding their brain with notifications, emails, and social media before they've even had a chance to fully wake up. Does that sound familiar? Be honest, how many of you check your phone before you even sit up in bed? Here's the problem with that habit. When you immediately expose your brain to a stream of information first thing in the morning, you're essentially outsourcing your mental state to whatever shows up in your inbox or your feed. A stressful email, a negative comment, or even just the sheer volume of information can spike your cortisol in the wrong way, creating a reactive, anxious state before you've even brushed your teeth. Dr. Matthew Foster often tells his patients that the goal isn't to eliminate technology from your life, but to protect that first hour so your nervous system has a chance to wake up calmly instead of in a state of alarm. So what should you actually be doing instead? Let's break down the routine step by step. The first step happens before you even get out of bed, and it's something most people skip entirely. It's about hydration. While you were sleeping for those 7 or 8 hours, your body was essentially fasting from water for an extended period, and you wake up mildly dehydrated every single day. This dehydration is part of why so many people feel groggy and sluggish in the morning, and it's often mistaken for tiredness when really it's just your cells crying out for water. Dr. Matthew Foster recommends keeping a glass of water on your nightstand and drinking it slowly the moment you wake up, before coffee, before checking your phone, before anything else. This simple act rehydrates your brain and body, kickstarts your metabolism, and helps flush out toxins that have built up overnight. Have you ever noticed how much better you feel on the days you actually remember to do this? The second step is about light, and this one is backed by an enormous amount of research on circadian biology. Within the first 30 minutes of waking, try to get outside and expose your eyes to natural sunlight, even if it's cloudy outside. This doesn't mean staring directly at the sun, but simply being outdoors, on a balcony, in a backyard, or even just standing by an open window, allows light to enter your eyes and signal to your brain that the day has begun. This light exposure helps regulate your melatonin production for that night, which means better sleep quality later, and it also boosts serotonin production, which affects your mood throughout the day. Dr. Matthew Foster has pointed out that people who get natural light exposure within the first hour of waking report significantly better mood stability and more consistent energy levels compared to those who stay indoors under artificial lighting all morning. Isn't it fascinating that something as simple as stepping outside for 5 minutes could have that much of an impact? The third piece of this routine involves movement, but not in the way you might think. This isn't about doing an intense workout the moment you wake up, unless that's already part of your lifestyle and something you enjoy. Instead, it's about gentle movement to get blood flowing and to signal to your body that it's time to transition from rest mode into active mode. This could be a short walk, some light stretching, a few yoga poses, or even just a few minutes of bodyweight movements like squats or lunges. Dr. Matthew Foster explains that movement in the morning helps lower cortisol from spiking too sharply, improves circulation, and can even help clear brain fog because it increases blood flow to the brain. You don't need an hour at the gym to get these benefits. Even 5 to 10 minutes can shift how you feel for the rest of the day. What's stopping you from carving out just 5 minutes for this tomorrow morning? Next comes something that a lot of people underestimate, and that's the power of a few quiet, unhurried minutes with your own thoughts. This could look like meditation, deep breathing, journaling, or simply sitting in silence with a cup of coffee or tea before the chaos of the day begins. Dr. Matthew Foster often emphasizes that this step isn't about achieving some perfect meditative state. It's about giving your nervous system a chance to settle before you're bombarded with demands, decisions, and distractions. Even just 5 minutes of slow, deep breathing can activate your parasympathetic nervous system, lowering your heart rate and reducing the stress hormones that would otherwise build up throughout a rushed morning. Think about the last time you actually sat quietly for 5 minutes without reaching for your phone. Can you even remember when that was? Nutrition is the next piece of the puzzle, and this is where a lot of people either overcomplicate things or skip it entirely. Dr. Matthew Foster's approach isn't about a rigid diet or an expensive supplement stack. It's about giving your body real, nourishing fuel that supports stable blood sugar and steady energy. This often means prioritizing protein and healthy fats in your first meal, rather than reaching for something sugary or heavily processed, which can cause a blood sugar spike followed by a crash an hour or two later. That crash is often what leads to the mid-morning slump that has so many people reaching for their second or third coffee. By stabilizing your blood sugar early, you set yourself up for more consistent energy and focus that can carry you through until lunchtime without that jittery, crashing feeling. Now here's where it all comes together, because none of these individual pieces are groundbreaking on their own. You've probably heard of hydration, sunlight, movement, mindfulness, and nutrition before. But what makes this routine so powerful is the combination and the order in which Dr. Matthew Foster recommends doing them, all within that first golden hour of waking. It's the stacking effect of doing these things together, consistently, day after day, that creates real transformation over time. Your body isn't looking for one dramatic change, it's looking for consistent, predictable signals that help it regulate itself properly. Isn't it interesting how something that sounds so simple could actually be the missing piece for so many people? Of course, you might be sitting there thinking that you don't have time for all of this, especially if you're already rushing out the door to get to work or get your kids to school. But here's the truth. This entire routine, done efficiently, can take as little as 15 to 20 minutes. It's not about adding hours to your morning, it's about being intentional with the minutes you already have right when you wake up, before the world starts demanding things from you. What would it feel like to wake up 15 minutes earlier if it meant feeling clearer, calmer, and more energized for the rest of your entire day? Dr. Matthew Foster has worked with countless people who started implementing even just 2 or 3 of these habits and noticed a difference within days, not months. Better focus at work, more stable moods, fewer afternoon crashes, and even improvements in sleep quality that night, because how you start your day often influences how you end it too. The beautiful thing about this routine is that you don't have to do it perfectly or do all 5 steps immediately. Start with 1, whether that's the glass of water by your bed or the 5 minutes of morning sunlight, and build from there. So here's my challenge for you. Tomorrow morning, before you check your phone, before you rush into your day, try just one of these steps and see how you feel. Then come back to this video and let me know in the comments which one you tried and what you noticed. If this video gave you value, please give it a thumbs up. It genuinely helps this channel reach more people who need to hear this, and if you haven't already, subscribe so you don't miss the next video where we're going to dive even deeper into the science of energy, focus, and how to feel your absolute best every single day. Your mornings are within your control, and it might just be the most powerful tool you're not using yet. I'll see you in the next one.